This is been a very exciting few weeks for me because I've seen you a couple of times. I saw you at the Emmys. You were nominated at the Emmys. You were a loser. I'm glad you said it, so I didn't have to fill everybody in. But I want to ask, because I think people are very at the Emmys proper, and then at parties, people are so excited to see Ted Danson. Who were you excited to see? Were there people?
Oh, yeah, a lot, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, started with Phoebe.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge from Fleabag. We actually, here's a photo of you meeting her. It was like a photographic evidence of you meeting Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Can I have that?
Yeah. I also want to show how handsome you are and how beautiful Mary looked.
Mary!
Yeah, look
at my wife. Look at her.
So Phoebe. Who else you got? Who else are you excited to see?
Jodie.
Jodie Comer from Killing Eve.
Whew.
Great.
Really, one of the best performances, I think.
Really outstanding. And I will say, the night of the Emmys itself can get a little long, but genuinely the nicest thing about it is when you get to see people you never met and go over and genuinely
Summer
say.
Camp for Actors.
Yeah.
A little small one.
And just say you were great in that, which is, and I'm sure you hear
Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek.
I know you just played off.
Yeah.
Earlier.
But Schitt's Creek
man,
is genuinely
they make me
fantastic.
laugh.
Yeah.
When CNN makes me throw things,
You like to go to Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek. Yeah.
So this is bittersweet that this is the last season of The Good Place. You finished filming this summer, yeah? Yep. Do you feel good? Are you confident with how it ended?
Very, very. Yeah. And it was so elegant because usually you get canceled when you think you're going back.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like last minute you didn't say goodbye, and it's like, ugh, it's real abrupt. This was lovely because we knew the whole time we were shooting the last season, we knew it was our last because Mike Schur, creator, who you know, friend of yours, felt like he had had told his story. This is how the universe works, maybe. And why pad it? So it was really lovely. We got to be in the moment, enjoying each other, knowing it was coming to an end.
You've obviously been a part of some long-running shows before that have come to an end. Cheers, I guess 11 seasons. I think Becca was 6. Did this feel as emotional, being a shorter season with less episodes?
Way
more emotional.
Because prior to this, prior to meeting my wife, Mary, my way of dealing with endings was to blow up my personal life into such shatters that I really don't even, it took me a year or two to realize Cheers was over.
Oh, gotcha. Nobody. No. You would just watch reruns and be like, is that a new episode? Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm in the National Choir.
I know, Mike Schur took this very seriously, and he took sort of the philosophy of the show and the ethics of the show very serious. And there would be a professor in the writer's room. Did you ever spend any time with these professors of ethics?
No, but I did meet them. It was the real deal. Notre Dame has a class being taught on the ethics as shown through The Good Place.
That's fantastic.
It really is about what it is to be decent, to live a purposeful life, that your actions have consequences, all really good things to talk about.
Yeah, and I will say, I've heard from a lot of people that their teenage kids really love the show because it talks about things, big ideas that I feel like are never given to them in a digestible way.
And because it's wrapped in a kind of 9-year-old fart sense of humor.
Yeah, very helpful.
Yeah.
Cheers, all these years later, Cheers never taught a college class about Cheers. Yeah, they've never. The ethics of Cheers has never been. I guess they assume if you're going to college, you're basically getting what happens in Cheers.
Yes, that is true.
It was basically like everyone's minor.
Yeah.